Like and subscribe might be a simple click for you, but it will lead to a transformational change of our channel. Support us to achieve 5 million subscribers by year 2028. The movie begins with Logan awakening in the back of a limousine. Still groggy, he stumbles out, discovering a gang attempting to damage the vehicle. Logan calmly tries to intervene, but one of the gang members shoots him with a shotgun. Despite this, Logan gets back on his feet and extends his claws, though one doesn't fully retract. He engages the gang in a fight, but they start overwhelming him. Fueled by rage, Logan begins slashing off limbs and stabbing the gang members until a few of them manage to escape. The year is 2029. Logan is no longer the formidable fighter he once was. The adamantium in his body is slowly poisoning him, and his healing abilities are not as effective as they used to be. He is among the last surviving mutants and earns a living as a limo driver. Logan also carries an adamantium bullet with him, contemplating ending his life when he can no longer go on. Logan attends a funeral with one of his clients when he is approached by a woman named Gabriela Lopez, who asks for his help. Logan rudely declines. Later, a man named Donald Pierce enters Logan's limousine. Pierce is aware of Logan's involvement in the gang members' deaths and knows that Gabriela has sought Logan's help. Pierce also knows Logan is caring for Charles Xavier somewhere south of the border. Pierce claims he only wants something that Gabriela has and gives Logan a card, instructing him to call when he finds Gabriela again. The card reads Alkali Transigen, which infuriates Logan. Logan heads south to an abandoned facility where he and the clairvoyant mutant Caliban are taking care of Charles Xavier. Charles is now senile and suffers from seizures that emit seismic waves due to his deteriorating mind. Logan administers a serum to keep Charles's condition under control. Xavier has become bitter since the loss of his school and the other X-Men, accusing Logan of just waiting for him to die. While Logan is out working, he receives a request to pick up 2 passengers from a motel. He arrives to find Gabriela and a young girl named Laura, whom Gabriela claims is her daughter. Gabriela pleads with Logan for help, but he is reluctant to get involved. She offers Logan $50,000 to take them from North Dakota to Canada, giving him an envelope with $20,000 upfront and the coordinates for their destination. Later, Logan receives a message from Gabriela asking for help. When Logan returns to the motel, he discovers that Gabriela has been murdered, and Laura is missing. Upon returning home, Logan finds that Laura has followed him there. Charles is intrigued by Laura, sensing that she has something extraordinary within her. Logan realizes they are in danger when Pierce arrives to take Laura. Laura responds by throwing a pipe at Pierce's head, knocking him out. Logan instructs Caliban to dispose of Pierce, but when Caliban attempts to do so, Pierce wakes up, and his team of Reavers captures Caliban. The Reavers then head to Logan and Charles's location. 2 Reavers enter to retrieve Laura, but after some commotion, Laura emerges with a Reaver's severed head, rolling it toward Pierce. Laura then reveals 2 adamantium claws from each hand and begins brutally attacking the Reavers, even using a claw on her foot to kill one of them. Logan joins the fight and escapes with Charles and Laura. Meanwhile, the Reavers torture Caliban by exposing him to sunlight, forcing him to use his tracking abilities to locate Logan, Charles, and Laura. The trio stops at a convenience store, where Logan checks Gabriela's phone. He discovers a video she recorded detailing Transigen's experiments, led by Dr. Xander Rice in Mexico. The experiments involved creating mutant children from the DNA of deceased mutants, breeding them to become super soldiers. It turns out Gabriela was Laura's nurse, not her mother. The phone dies before Logan can watch the entire video. In the store, Laura grabs some chips, a drink, and a pair of sunglasses. When the clerk tries to stop her from shoplifting, she flips him over and almost stabs him with her claws, but Logan intervenes just in time. Logan then takes a phone charger and a cigar before leaving the store. Once the phone is recharged, Logan watches the rest of the video Gabriela recorded. In it, she explains that Rice and his team were developing X-24, a mutant more powerful and emotionless than the others they had created. When the team decided to terminate the children, Gabriela helped them escape so they could reach a mutant sanctuary called Eden. In the final moments of the video, Gabriela confesses that she is not Laura's mother but loves her deeply and reveals to Logan that Laura is his daughter, pleading with him to take care of her. The trio passes through Oklahoma City and stays at a hotel. Logan discovers that Laura has been reading X-Men comics and has started believing that Eden is a real place, based on a page where the coordinates match those written on the envelope Gabriela gave him. Logan leaves Laura with Charles and instructs her to give him 2 pills. Meanwhile, downstairs, Logan notices that the Reavers have tracked them down. Charles then has another seizure, which paralyzes everyone in the area except Logan and Laura. Logan struggles to reach their room, clawing his way through the Reavers who have already entered. He kills them all before injecting Charles with the serum, allowing them to escape. As they drive away, a radio report mentions the incident at the hotel, as well as something that occurred in Westchester a year ago, but Logan turns it off before Charles can hear more. They are nearly run off the road by two trucks, causing another vehicle carrying a cart of horses to swerve off to the side. The horses run onto the road, so Charles convinces Logan to help. Charles uses his powers to safely guide the horses back to their family, and Logan helps them push their truck out of a ditch. The family introduces themselves as the Munsons, Will, Catherine, and Nate. Catherine invites the trio to dinner at their home, and although Logan wants to leave immediately, he reluctantly agrees for Charles's sake. During dinner with the Munsons, Logan remains eager to leave, but Catherine offers them shelter for the night, and Logan agrees, again for Charles's well-being. The Munsons mention a problem with their water pump, so Logan accompanies Will to fix it. While they're out in the field, a group of local thugs tries to intimidate them, but Logan quickly handles the situation by breaking one of their rifles over his knee. Back at the house, someone who looks like Logan approaches Charles, suggesting they should leave, but Charles insists that Laura should rest longer. As Charles begins to remember what happened in Westchester, it's implied that one of his seizures killed most of the X-Men. Suddenly, the Logan lookalike stabs Charles in the chest. It turns out this is not Logan, but X-24, a younger clone of him. X-24 takes Laura and kills Nate and Catherine before Logan and Will return. Will rushes upstairs, but X-24 fatally wounds him. Logan finds Charles outside, and as Charles dies, Logan tries to protect Laura. Meanwhile, the Reavers, led by Pierce and Rice, arrive with the thugs who had harassed Will. They bring a larger group to retaliate, but X-24 slaughters them all. Caliban, still captive in the Reaver van, sacrifices himself by detonating 2 grenades, killing himself and another Reaver while throwing Pierce out of the van. Logan then engages in a brutal fight with X-24 and is nearly defeated until Will crashes his truck into X-24, shooting him repeatedly. Will then tries to turn the gun on Logan but collapses, dead from his injuries. Logan takes Laura and Charles's body and escapes. The next morning, Rice and his team clean up the crime scene and assist X-24 in regenerating. Logan buries Charles in the woods, with Laura standing beside him. Overwhelmed with grief, Logan begins smashing the truck in a fit of rage before collapsing. He later wakes up in a clinic where a doctor, who knows Logan is a mutant, offers to help him, aware that the adamantium in his body is slowly killing him. Logan declines the doctor's offer for help and takes Laura with him as they leave. They head to a new truck that Laura has stolen. Logan thanks her, and she finally speaks, responding in Spanish. Laura mentions her friends from Transigen and insists they need to find them so they can all go to Eden together. The two arrive at Eden, where all the children from Transigen are hiding. Their leader, Rictor, welcomes them and provides shelter so Logan can rest. While he sleeps, the kids playfully trim Logan's beard, though he isn't amused by the prank. Rictor gives Logan a serum that was used on them at Transigen, which can temporarily boost Logan's strength and stamina. However, the Reavers manage to track Logan and the children to Eden. Pierce and his men begin rounding up the kids. Logan, desperate to protect them, injects himself with all of the serum and charges into the woods to fight. Some of the children use their powers against the Reavers, but they are heavily outnumbered. Logan and Laura fight fiercely, slaughtering the Reavers, but Rictor and the other kids are eventually captured at gunpoint. Rice then reveals himself to Logan and taunts him, reminding Logan that he was the one who killed Rice's father during the experiment that turned him into Wolverine. While Rice is talking, Logan simply shoots him dead and then turns his attention to Pierce. In response, Pierce unleashes X-24 on Logan. As Logan tries to flee, the children band together and use their combined powers to kill Pierce. The serum in Logan's body starts to wear off just before his final battle with X-24. The two ferociously claw at each other until X-24 impales Logan on a tree. Laura, desperate to save him, takes the adamantium bullet that Logan gave her and shoots X-24, killing him. She then runs to Logan, cutting him down from the tree. Logan looks into Laura's eyes as she tearfully calls him Daddy, and with that, he passes away. The children bury Logan, and Laura says a few final words in his memory. As they prepare to cross the border, Laura takes the cross from Logan's grave and places it on his resting place, turning it sideways to form an X, a tribute to the legacy of the X-Men. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification button so that you don't miss any of our video updates.